In 1939, a 29-year-old social worker named Irina Sendler walked into the Warsaw Ghetto with one mission: to save as many children as she possibly could. What she did next would become one of the greatest rescue operations in human history. Warsaw, Poland was under Nazi occupation. Over 400,000 Jewish people were forced into a small section of the city, surrounded by walls and barbed wire. Disease and starvation killed thousands every month. Children were dying in the streets. Irina Sendler worked for the Social Welfare Department. This gave her a special permit to enter the ghetto to check for typhus infections. But Irina had a secret plan. She began smuggling children out. Babies were hidden in toolboxes, suitcases, and even body bags. Older children were sedated with sleeping medication and carried out in ambulances. Some escaped through the courthouse that had one door in the ghetto and another door outside. Irina created a network of people who would hide these children. Polish families, orphanages, and convents agreed to take them in. She gave each child a new Christian name and fake documents. But Irina did something else. Something incredibly dangerous but brilliant. She wrote down every child's real name, their parents' names, and their new identity on thin pieces of tissue paper. She put these papers in glass jars and buried them under an apple tree in her neighbor's garden. She made this record because she knew one day the war would end, and these children would need to know who they really were. For 4 years, Irina risked her life every single day. She walked into the ghetto wearing a Star of David armband to show solidarity. She whispered to desperate parents, convincing them to give up their children. Most parents knew they would never see their children again, but they also knew it was their only chance for survival. In 1943, the Nazis discovered what Irina was doing. They arrested her and took her to Pauiak prison. The Gestapo tortured her. They broke both of her legs and feet. They beat her repeatedly. They wanted names. They wanted to know where the children were hidden. Irina refused to speak. She was sentenced to death by firing squad. But members of the Polish underground resistance bribed a German guard on the day of her execution. They helped her escape. Irina was officially listed as executed, so the Nazis stopped looking for her. Even after her escape, Irina continued her work in hiding. By the time the war ended in 1945, Irina Sendler had saved 2,500 children. After the war, she dug up the jars from under the apple tree. She tried to reunite children with their families. But most of the parents had been killed in concentration camps. The children were orphans. For decades, nobody knew about Irina's story. She lived a quiet life in Poland. She never considered herself a hero. She once said, "I could have done more. This regret will follow me to my death." In 1999, 4 American high school students in Kansas discovered her story while doing a history project. They couldn't believe this woman was still alive and that nobody knew about her. They wrote a play about her life. The play spread around the world. Finally, Irina Sendler received the recognition she deserved. She was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. She received Poland's highest honor. When reporters asked her why she did it, she gave a simple answer: "Every child saved with my help is the justification of my existence on this earth, not a title to glory." Irina Sendler died in 2008 at the age of 98. Over 2,500 people owe their lives to her courage. And many of those people have children and grandchildren now. Thousands of people are alive today because one woman decided that saving lives was more important than her own safety. True heroism doesn't need recognition. It only needs action. If this story moved you, subscribe to Daily Soul Drop for more incredible true stories. Like this video, comment below, and follow for more content every week. Thank you for watching.